So thank you, Sandra, for that introduction. I am in my third year of my PhD, as is Ellen, and I'm going to speak to you briefly today about the challenges I have encountered in recruiting for an international online research advisory group with both parents and children, and some of the things that have facilitated this for me. Can I take this off? There we go. Okay, so my PhD project is called the Kids Trial. I won't go into it, but I'll let you read, for the interest of time, the objectives if you care to. We have our logo there designed by our Children's Research Advisory Group. But in essence, the Kids Trial is a completely online randomized controlled trial co-created with children aged 7 to 12 years old, from inception of the question they're answering all the way to how we will share their results. So very early on, we knew that we needed to engage PPI partners in the design of the project as a whole. And out of that, the PRAG and the CRAG were born. So the Parents Research Advisory Group and the Children's Research Advisory Group. These are our recruitment aims and our targets. So what you see here, the number 1/1, is we wanted one child from North America with either a parent or a caregiver. And you can see we wanted about 8 to 9 children, geographically diverse sample, and we wanted a balanced age and gender distribution, at least amongst the children, not necessarily the parent groups. 3 big challenges here. First one is recruiting children between 7 and 12 years old online, targeting an international audience, and conveying the needs of the research advisory groups in online recruitment materials. So most social media sites are for children who are 13 and above, so it made sense logistically and ethically to target our recruitment materials to parents, so that's what we did. Online recruitment is passive. So we posted our social media ads on a daily basis. We chose to use multiple platforms to do this, but if no one follows you, then that doesn't matter. So really, what I found is to increase our followers, our shares, our retweets, I had to reach out and follow people who were in line with our research, as well as send them our research materials and hope that the best came back. Targeting an international audience where we had no contacts is challenging. I'm very lucky to work with an international group at the TMRN at the University of Galway. They've been super helpful sending out informational emails that we provided them with to their contacts. I relied heavily on personal networks like my husband, who knows people in lots of different places who have children, as do I. So we just sent a lot of emails out. But I think probably most importantly here, and maybe something we're both most proud of, is the connections I've made with some children's advocacy groups, and this was mentioned earlier. Mtoto News, based in Kenya, have been so helpful, instrumental. We've been talking and working with them for 2 years now, and they are our voice on the African continent. And then finally, conveying the needs of the research advisory groups. So, sorry, turning off the music. Creating concise recruitment materials for online platforms can be challenging. They need to go across multiple different social media platforms for us. And I wanted to appeal to varying audiences, so we had both a static and an animated ad that I made there. And I know from the parents in my Parents Research Advisory Group that one appeals to some and the other appeals to others, so that's been an interesting process. So you can see here, we started recruiting in about May and stopped in the middle of July. At that point, we had 36 queries for information about the group. 12 of those parents returned expression of interest forms to us. And we currently have 8 active CRAG members and 7 active PRAG members, so we have siblings in there. Most of these people were through either personal or professional networks, and a couple were through Twitter, or X, formerly known as Twitter. So we have a different geographical spread than we aimed for, and I'm happy to talk to that after the presentations. But really for us, we needed to build a strong social media presence, invest in our network, and vary our recruitment materials. So that's all I have for you today. I just have a quote up there from one of our CRAG members who I thought put it well on how we, or why we need the CRAG.